Android.
Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a 6.0 earthquake devastates villages in Afghanistan.
Also, a look at a 2-alarm house fire in Carl Junction. We'll have the details.
And for some of us, a beautiful sunrise out there. Others waking up to scattered showers and thunderstorms. The latest on your forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. on this Tuesday, September the 2nd. Yesterday was Labor Day. Now, we both were laboring. I know many of you folks out there were, but hopefully you had a pretty good day. And we've got some breaking news coming out of the Middle East.
A devastating earthquake hit Afghanistan. It's the country's third major deadly earthquake since the Taliban's takeover.
And it's one of the worst. Fox's Kevin Uretsky has more with frantic rescue efforts on Monday.
Rescuers are working to reach remote mountainous areas in Afghanistan after a powerful earthquake killed some 800 people and wounded at least 2,800 others on Monday.
We were under the soil. My wife, my son, my nephew, and my grandchildren were all buried under the destroyed house.
The quake, with a magnitude of 6.0, left some villages in rubble. Typically, buildings in the country are poorly built, with many homes made out of mud, bricks, and wood.
The situation is very bad. In our area, 2-floor, 3-floor, and 4-floor houses have all been destroyed.
Desperate Afghans are clawing through the devastation left behind in hopes of finding those missing. Taliban government officials say the number of dead could rise as the search continues.
The problems are many. The Red Cross and the disaster management cannot handle the situation. People are still trapped in their homes.
The Taliban Health Ministry is calling on the international community for additional aid. Cuts in international funding have spread resources thin in the war-torn nation since the Taliban's takeover in 2021.
We urgently call on humanitarian organizations to step in and provide immediate support so the residents of the affected areas can be protected from further tragedies.
While the U.S. State Department's Central Asian Affairs Bureau extended its, quote, heartfelt condolences on X, it did not immediately respond on whether it would give assistance to the crisis. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
The death toll continues to rise as the search for survivors continues.
Of course, a very devastating situation there in Afghanistan. And like I said, the third earthquake here recently, so a lot to have to process and deal with. We've got, right now, pretty decent weather for most of us. Do have some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, but a live look from downtown Pittsburgh. You'd say, what thunderstorms? Well, of course, we have a fairly big coverage area. Pittsburgh, you are dry, so is Joplin. Leading to a beautiful sunrise, though. Some nice clouds, good sunlight out there. MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Also looking pretty good this morning, but the Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing where these, they're not moving a lot. We've been watching these storms since early this morning. They were initially tracking southeast, but then new development kind of merged together into this little line. It's not strong or severe, nor is it expected to be, but it is slowing down. We don't have any flood advisories or alerts, but I would just be cautious. Just watch out for some heavy rain because, again, this activity, it was moving and it's slowed down a lot. It started to try and take an easterly jog, but I think it's going to start to turn more south-southeast here before too much longer. But still, moving slowly right now could lead to some heavy rain in some areas as well. So just keep an eye out on that. Outside of that, we also have some patchy fog, and this is truly the definition of patchy fog. You can see in northern Elk County, southern Chautauqua, right here from Parsons, south of Chanute, back toward Fredonia, northeast of Independence. And we get Washington County, Nowata, Bonita, Miami, Grove, the Grand Lake area, Delaware County, Newton and McDonald counties, Joplin, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Anderson. We've got patchy fog out there. Some of it, especially down into Delaware County, dense fog. So low beams, not your high beams, fog lights if you've got them, and of course leave plenty of distance between you and the car ahead of you. So the storms we're seeing this morning is a sample of what we're expecting today. Our entire region has the chance for showers and storms, but not everybody's going to see showers and storms. They'll be isolated to widely scattered at best through the afternoon and into the early evening, and by 8 o'clock or so, they'll begin to wind down and move out of the area, leaving us dry tonight. Unfortunately, yesterday we discussed that the Storm Prediction Center was already talking about maybe a level 2 out of 5 risk for parts of eastern Kansas with storm chances tomorrow evening. They've gone ahead and put that in place. It does include part of our area into southeastern Kansas, which has also then expanded the level 1 out of 5 risk to include most of the rest of the region. We're going to break down the details on that here in just a few more minutes for you. This morning, we're sitting at 62 in Joplin, 64 in Pittsburgh, and around the area, temperatures have been holding out in the low to mid 60s. We do have some upper 60s still. Independence, Sedan, both at 67 this morning. And we've got Lamar and Cassville as a couple of the cooler spots, both sitting at 61. Grove at 61. Miami, though, the chilliest location right now, sitting at 60 degrees. We're looking at the mid to upper 60s by 9 o'clock this morning, upper 70s by noon. And of course, as we get closer to fall, our daytime heating, our peak heating, doesn't happen later in the day. It's now happening a bit earlier, so we'll have highs near 80. And again, those rain chances beginning to drop off through the afternoon and evening. Tomorrow, we have that threat for severe weather. We're going to break down the hazards, what we're expecting, and the timing of these storms for you in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, emergency crews respond to a 2-alarm fire yesterday morning in Carl Junction. Crews responded to the house fire on Nicholas Lane in North Carl Junction just before 5:15 yesterday morning. On scene, responders saw heavy smoke coming from the roof and attic area. The initial investigation suggests the fire originated just outside the garage in a trash can on the side of the house. Crews have not determined what was in the trash can at the time. Everyone made it out of the house safely and without injury. Well, rain may have played a part in an SUV overturning on Interstate 44 yesterday. Reports of the crash came in just before 9:30 yesterday morning near the tri-state line in Oklahoma. Sources say there were no injuries and traffic continued as the crash was off the roadway. Steady rain had drenched the interstate. Experts say to reduce the risk of hydroplaning, drivers should slow down in wet conditions, ensure tires have adequate tread, and avoid sudden maneuvers. A 16-year-old boy has died following a UTV crash in McDonald County, Missouri. Reports of the crash came in just before 11:30 a.m. yesterday. Troopers say the driver of the UTV, which was being driven on private property, attempted to make a turn and crashed. The driver from Bentonville, Arkansas, was pronounced dead at the scene. Well, many families are spending the last days of summer on lakes around the area. Law enforcement has a strong message for parents to head off tragedy. The message comes after several children have drowned at the Lake of the Ozarks this year. As Emma McDarris reports, emergency workers have some advice they say every parent needs to know.
Here at Lake of the Ozarks, firefighters and first responders have seen 6 child drownings this summer. These agencies have banded together to remind parents to call 911 immediately if their child is missing.
Every fire, EMS, and law enforcement agency in the lake area signed off on this to get the message out to call 911. And the tagline with it is, it's not embarrassment, it's being proactive.
The Sunrise Beach Fire Protection District released this strong message this morning in response to the deadly incidents they responded to this summer.
We saw some delays, not just with those incidents, but with some other ones where people weren't calling 911 immediately and doing searches themselves.
The fire chief says that they can get resources to parents more quickly as they search for the missing child. Families that are very familiar with the area say they try to understand where they are on the lake in case they do have to call.
I'll try to maybe look for the closest business, such as a gas dock like this. Yes, definitely call 911 and try to figure out where you're at by land.
Firefighters also encourage everyone on a boat or in the lake to wear a life jacket and to keep small children or weak swimmers within an arm's distance. The Sunshine Beach Fire Chief says this PSA isn't trying to embarrass anyone who may call and not have an emergency, but promote proactive actions that could save a life.
And our point to this whole thing is, get us out there. We can always turn everybody around, but to have the help there as quickly as possible helps create a better positive outcome.
And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up, we're going to hear from the Joplin Historical Society about an upcoming golf scramble. And later, how colleges nationwide are combating false emergency calls. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Time now, 7:09. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from the Commerce City Park. In Consumer Watch, President Trump is calling on pharmaceutical companies to justify their COVID drug results. In a social media post, the president said there are disagreements over the life-saving effects of the drugs, adding, quote, "I want the answer and I want it now." CVS and Walgreens have said they're limiting access to the COVID vaccine in some states after the FDA authorized the latest shots only for people over 65 or with health conditions. And the Trump administration's immigration policies are reshaping the U.S. workforce. According to analysis conducted by the Pew Research Center, preliminary numbers from the Census Bureau show that the number of immigrant workers declined by 1.2 million between January and the end of July. That number includes migrants in the country illegally and legal residents. In recent days, the Trump administration signaled it's looking to step up immigration enforcement in more U.S. cities. And the U.S. Department of Agriculture is warning Americans not to eat some batches of Trader Joe's uncured pepperoni pizza. The agency says the product, which was imported from Italy, did not receive import reinspection before it was shipped to stores in California. There have been no illnesses reported in connection to the product. The affected pizzas have been pulled from store shelves, but Americans are urged to check their freezers and return them for a refund. And that's like a Consumer Watch. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We've got scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. We'll have another look at your forecast as well when we come back. Morning news. It's coming up on 7:16 now on this Tuesday morning. We're starting with the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and you can see we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Really, it's just been this batch almost all morning long, so it's gotten bigger, but still isn't moving a lot. It's moving, just not very quickly. So Independence, a good portion of Montgomery County, really getting in on the shower and thunderstorm activity here. It's just to the southwest of Neodesha, exiting Elk City as well. Coffeyville, some light showers. We go back into Washington and Newada counties, and so Bartlesville, Newada, Lenape, Bartlesville really getting through it. Newada, Lenape up next. Oshaleta, Ramona also dealing with it, and if you're heading outside of our immediate area, down toward Talala, Ulaga, Claremore, and Owasso, some showers out there as well. Some of these, since they're not moving a lot, they are producing some heavier rain, so you do want to watch out for ponding on the roadways. Again, we don't have any flood advisories with any of this, and it's not strong or severe, nor is it expected to be. But it is producing some heavy rain, and as you can see, it's moving just not a lot, but it was moving southeast. But once we got some new activity right here, it joined up, and some of it's really trying to track a little more easterly. I kind of expected it to, jog a bit east and then start diving southeast again, but it is starting to roll a little bit east. We do have new little showers starting to develop, and this is a sample of what we're expecting through most of today. The entire area has a chance for rain today. Will the entire area see rain today? No. Some of you will be dry. These will be isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. So some of you may see the clouds off in the distance. You may even see the rain from the clouds off in the distance, but you may stay dry all day long. And once we reach about 8 o'clock or so, that's it. It's done. It's over. Not expecting anything significant with any of the activity today. We'll have partly cloudy, mostly clear skies overnight, a little bit on the cool side. And our Wednesday, it's a great day. But it's a double-edged sword. The great day on Wednesday does two things. One, we'll have a little more sunshine. It's going to be warmer, low mid-80s, so not like hot, but not bad either. Still below average, which is certainly a good thing. But it's also setting the stage for strong to severe thunderstorms later in the evening on Wednesday. So between 7 and 11, the timing there really hasn't changed much. We'll start to see opportunities for thunderstorms with a cold front beginning to push into our northern counties. These storms will very likely be strong to severe, and they will continue to hold their own. So through 9, we're still talking Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, just outside of Parsons, stretching back toward Fort Scott, around Girard. Thunderstorms, strong to severe. Now, they begin to kind of fizzle out a little bit. They begin weakening as they cross the state line, getting east of 69. But even through 11, some of these still could be strong to low-grade severe. And then after we get past, say, midnight, Isolated showers, couple of rumbles of thunder, nothing major out there expected. That'll start to wrap up by early Thursday morning, leaving us with a pretty good Thursday. But our severe threat has changed a bit for tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center went ahead. They were discussing it yesterday. They went ahead and put that level 2 out of 5 risk out there for parts of Kansas. So we have the isolated tornado risk. It's not zero. It's pretty low, but it's not zero. So an isolated tornado or two possible in parts of southeast Kansas. The greater concerns are with hail and wind. So we have the large hail and these hatch marks indicating the potential for very large hail as we head into tomorrow evening, and then damaging wind gusts 60 miles an hour or greater, and the level 1 out of 5 risk has been expanded to encompass most of the area outside of that zone. So again, something we want to watch very closely, and we'll keep you updated on as we get closer to the storm chances tomorrow. As for today, again, isolated scattered storms, mid-60s to start, mid-70s by 11 o'clock this morning. Highs today eventually about 80, low mid-80s tomorrow, then upper 70s on Thursday. The weekend looks great. We start warming up a bit next week with a few more rain chances. Let's check your forecast. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
It's Super September and only at High Winds.
Welcome back. We have a Joplin Historical Society President Kelly Redden with us this morning to talk to us about the Deanne Lowry Route 66 Golf Scramble coming up next month. Kelly, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for asking me.
Of course. Happy to have you. So talk to me a little bit about the Golf Scramble and kind of a little bit about the backstory behind this specific one.
So we have one major fundraiser all year, and that is the Golf Scramble. And this year it's the Deanne Lowry Route 66 Golf Scramble. Deanne Lowry is our vice president, and unfortunately last Christmas they found a brain tumor, and so she has gone through quite a bit of health issues, and so we would like to take a portion of the proceeds from our one fundraiser and donate it to her health fund. And so we really appreciate our sponsors. Pro 100, Susie Eust, is the tournament sponsor, and then we have sponsorships from Southwest Missouri Bank, Eagle Pitcher, and Jomo Moving that have really come through for us. Of course, people can still become whole sponsors, but we're really looking for players to come out and have a great time with us.
Okay, yes. Talk to me a little bit, for those who might be interested in getting involved, kind of what the day looks like.
All right, so lunch is at noon, and then 1 o'clock is the tee-off on October 3rd at Schifferdecker. And we will have a putting contest, a longest drive, closest to the pin. We're going to have a driver contest where you can win a driver, and then a double your money contest, and then we have a couple other things up our sleeves. So it's going to be lots of fun.
Yes.
And we really hope everybody can come out and join us.
Absolutely.
And help Deanne and the Historical Society.
Well, it's going to, of course, a great cause. Talk to me a little bit, as you mentioned, this is your big fundraiser of the year. So typically this goes to, help fund the Historical Society. Anything specifically that you're needing funds for?
This year, what we're working toward is creating a space in the museum that will be for all of the videos that have been created by the high school students in the area about the history of Joplin and the people and the places. And so we can have this one space which will have like 8 or 10 TVs and ability to sit in there or have a group come in and watch something together. So really looking forward to getting the money to be able to do that.
Absolutely, that sounds incredible. Now, as you mentioned, of course, you need some players. So if people want to come out and just have some fun playing golf, support Deanne or the Historical Society, where can they do so?
They can sign up right on our website, which is joplin-museum.org. And they can call if they need to the museum. So we really want to see a whole full field of players. So come on out and play. It's going to be great fun.
Absolutely. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for your time. Happy to have you. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We're hitting up tailgates.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. Universities across the country have been the targets of swatting calls recently, putting students, staff, and police on high alert. Chris Bryant spoke with Missouri State University leaders about the tool they use to keep the Springfield campus informed about emergencies.
Swatting calls have one thing that they're trying to create, and that's hysteria.
Since August 21st, college campuses across the nation have been the targets of these swatting calls. And just Tuesday morning, West Virginia University was added to that list.
So whenever you pinpoint a college campus as the source of a swatting call, now you got multiple agencies responding.
For Missouri State University,
we think about these sorts of things all the time, so it's always on our mind here at University Safety, but it isn't on everyone's mind everywhere else that is operating outside the public safety environment.
As classes are just underway, the campus community is currently taking the campus safety classes.
Staff and faculty and students are taking 3 classes that we assign as mandatory training, and part of that includes the active shooter response.
And this academic year, the university is introducing a new app to help alert the campus.
Rolled out the Bear Shield app, which was part of upgrading our entire emergency notification system. We can more easily isolate the incident when it's occurring, but also notify students and staff and faculty on what to do and where to stay away from.
The app can also be used by those that are visiting the campus, either for education, sports, or the performing arts.
You don't even have to make a call. You can initiate a chat or submit a tip with pictures, and that information goes immediately to our dispatchers. They see it right away. They get an alert.
And there's a safety feature that won't allow you to make a fake call if you're off campus.
So if you hit the panic button and you're off campus, it immediately diverts you to 911.
While recent events have been found to be hoaxes, that doesn't mean people shouldn't make a report if they see something.
But every individual needs to treat any notification that there's an active shooter as a credible threat, and to initiate those policies or actions that they have trained or practiced and start implementing those immediately until proven otherwise.
Another recent swatting incident happened at Kansas State University just last month. On K-State's first day of classes, a host call reported active violence at the Hale Library, leading to a campus lockdown until officers determined the report was false. A new state-of-the-art facility will soon be erected in Pittsburgh. The project is a collaboration between the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and PSU. KOAM's Anthony Saviello explains.
The Kansas Bureau of Investigation is about to get a new facility with a whole bunch of new bells and whistles, and it's also going to benefit Pittsburgh State students as well. According to Kansas Bureau of Investigation Director Tony Matavy, the Bureau has faced numerous challenges in its current location and is needed to transition to a more reliable facility, and that's where Pitt State comes in. This area of land is where the new $40 million, 53,000 square foot facility is expected to be built. The project was covered by a mix of state and federal funds. Over the past year, the project has been in the planning and funding phases, and during that time, the Kansas Bureau of Investigation has used the Tyler Research Center to conduct its business. And while the Bureau of Investigation will still have to use the Tyler Research Center for a little while longer while the new facility is being built, come Friday, September 5th, it's just a little while longer before they have their very own state-of-the-art facility. In Pittsburgh, Kansas, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
All right, let's take it over now to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to start the live look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Still a bit on the mostly cloudy side out there, but dry for the time being. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. Sunshine to the east, clouds off to the west, and we do still have some scattered showers and some thunderstorms out there. Now, the ones across Montgomery County here are beginning to kind of die down, but still getting rain around the Independence area. And then some heavier showers still Washington and Newada counties into northeastern Oklahoma. We do have their little light sprinkles and showers attempting to get going out here, and those will eventually probably take part in what we're expecting today. And again, this morning is a sample of the expectations today. We also have some patchy fog, northern Elk County, parts of Chautauqua, Grove, in the Grand Lake area, most of Delaware County, down just under a mile of visibility in the McDonald, Newton, Jasper counties, Ottawa County as well, Craig, Newada. I mean, This is a great definition of patchy fog. So do watch out for rapidly changing visibilities. Low beams, not your high beams. Fog lights if you've got them. And of course, leave plenty of distance between you and the car ahead of you. So in terms of the rain being a sample of today, the entire region, as we mentioned earlier, has a chance for rain, but not everybody necessarily will see rain. We'll have isolated to widely scattered shower and thunderstorm chances as we head through the afternoon into the evening. And then by about 8 o'clock or so, they'll begin winding down and clearing out. Now, regrettably, or unfortunately rather, we do have a severe threat tomorrow. We have a level 2 out of 5 risk for a good portion of southeastern Kansas and a level 1 out of 5 risk that is surrounding that. We're going to break down those details for you a little later here. 62 in Joplin right now, 64 in Pittsburgh. Across the area, temperatures really been hovering in the low to mid 60s. Still some upper 60s rather out west. Sedan, Independence, Newada, all at 67 degrees. Stockton, cool spot, along with Lamar and Cassville, all at 60 this morning. As we head out the door, we are looking at then into the upper 60s near 70 by 9, upper 70s near 80 for our highs today. Those rain chances again starting to fizzle out as we head later into the evening hours, and will be dry overnight. As we showed you though, we do have that severe threat as we head into Wednesday evening. We'll break down the timing and details of these storms here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, a new report suggests binge watching your favorite shows may boost your memory. Researchers from the University of Georgia and Michigan State University studied 540 undergraduate students who binge watch television. The study found that people who binge watch TV shows for long periods of time developed retrospective imaginative involvement, or RII, which means continuously thinking about stories after completing them. According to the study, a person who binge watches TV may pull fulfilling memories from their session and use it to cope with stress throughout their day, possibly increasing their well-being. Let's look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. How new technology inside the cockpit can help reduce runway accidents. We'll be right back, but first, here's a live look from Commerce City Park.
Built to rock, born to Fox.
We have our good friend Charlene Patton with the Kansas Soybean Commission with us this morning. Now, for the month of September, it's breakfast month, and we're starting off strong with these breakfast quiche cups. So, Charlene, good morning, first of all, and tell me about this recipe we're making today.
All right. Well, the Kansas Soybean Commission has a great recipe that really you can grab and go, and you know that's great for kids as you're heading out the door, really for any of us. But it would also make a great entree for dinner because it's such a fun, easy recipe. The first thing I did was make this dough, and I'll let you tell what was in that dough.
Yeah, so it's 2 cups of the baking mix, a half a cup of cornmeal, half a cup of margarine, and 7 tablespoons of soy milk. So lots of great soy ingredients in there.
It is, and it makes this really nice dough. And then
in there nicely.
Yes, and just push it in there. Grease the muffin tin first, and then just push it in there to shape it. But I love this dough. It's nice and soft to do that. And then what we're going to do is put in each one, and I'm going to give you a spoon to let you help me. You can start putting those in there. We have ground sausage that I've already cooked and crumbled, and we're just going to fill them. Now, we would have this totally full because it makes 12 of them. But I thought to save time here, we will just do a little bit and show everybody what they look like. The red bell pepper really adds, there's some green onion. I'll let you do that next. And then we also have a little bit of Mexican cheese that'll add a little bit. So we've got all the things for a quiche. And you know, the great thing about this, if you have some other vegetables from your garden that you want to do, go ahead and add those. You could easily do that. All right, we've got that all there. Isn't that nice and colorful? Now we're going to do the liquid mixture that goes on there. I have 1 egg, and I'm going to have you add a half a cup of, we have half and half cream. A lot of halves in there, I was trying to say. And then we have a half a cup of plain soy milk. And then a little bit of salt and pepper, and then a little bit of cayenne or red pepper. And we're going to just mix this with 1 egg that I already put in there. And if you mix it like I did in a measuring cup, this makes it really easy then, because you're going to pour this on top of this. And just put, I won't do it all today, but just pour it until you gets to the top and that it fills it up. And so you don't want to fill it too full, but there, see how you can see that? Perfect. And you're going to put this in the oven and you're going to bake it, and I believe it's at 400. Is it 400 or 370? 375.
There we
Thank you.
go.
All right. Bake it at 375 for about 25 minutes, but you'll want to use a knife to stick in there and make sure that comes out clean and that egg mixture is all set. Let it set for just a few minutes when it comes out of the oven, and then take it out, and you have delicious breakfast cups.
Yes, wonderful. Well, Charlene, if people want to find this fantastic breakfast recipe, where can they do so?
Yes, go to our website at kansassoybeans.org. Call our 800 number, 877-KS-SOYBEAN, and we'll send you all the recipes for September.
All right, Charlene, as always, thank you so much. Happy to have you. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 7:44 now on this Tuesday morning. We are starting again with the Skywatch Storm Tracker, where we do have some showers and even some rumbles of thunder out there. We've got some shower activity here south of Fredonia, entering the Neodesha area, stretching down the 75 corridor into Independence, Coffeyville, and then further south we go. Some heavier rain getting ready to enter Nowata right now, just south of Lenapaw. It's finally beginning to slowly exit Bartlesville, but Ramona, Talala, Ulaga up next. Those outside of our area, but if you're traveling down toward Tulsa, especially if you're taking 169 or 75, get some heavy rain around the Owasso area as well on the northeast side of Tulsa, so just be prepared for that. Nothing strong, nothing severe with any of this activity, and it is beginning to turn back to the southeast, and it is a sample. I've said that all morning. It's kind of like a sample of what we're expecting today in terms of the isolated to widely scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. So again, we could see them anywhere in the area, but not everybody in the area will see rain today, as these will be, again, isolated to widely scattered at best. By about 8 o'clock this evening, it's done. It's over. We've got a pretty nice evening. It's going to be a bit cool overnight, right around 60. And as we head into Wednesday, though, that's when things begin to change. We're going to warm up. We're going to get a little more sunshine. That's going to be great. If you're working outside, it won't be too bad. It'll be nice. The problem is it's setting the stage by bringing in some unstable air into our area ahead of a cold front that's still expected to get here tomorrow evening. Now, the timing has not changed on this. We're still looking at 7 o'clock for showers and thunderstorms to begin pushing in from the northwest along that boundary, and these could be strong to severe. And between 7 and 11 tomorrow is when that window is. So once we get past 7, we start pushing into Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, near Fort Scott, Girard. We've got these strong to severe thunderstorms. This is about 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, and by the time we get to 11, they cross east of 69, start getting into the Missouri side. They don't look as impressive, but we still could get some strong to low grade severe storms with this activity as it pushes on out of here. And then by 2 o'clock in the morning, we're just left with some isolated lingering showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder. Not expecting anything strong or severe with that. You can see there's not much to it. And before sunrise on Thursday, that activity will be out of here, and our Thursday looks pretty good after that. Unfortunately, though, we do have a severe threat tomorrow. It's a level 2 out of 5 risk into southeastern Kansas, with a level 1 out of 5 for most of the area. Outside of that, there is an isolated tornado risk into southeastern Kansas. So while it is low, an isolated tornado or two cannot be ruled out. But then we see the hail risk and the wind risk pickups. We could get large hail and these hatch marks into southeast Kansas, indicating that possibility for very large hail and damaging wind gusts, 60 miles an hour or greater. And again, then we have that isolated risk that goes around that zone that encompasses, again, most of the area as we head into tomorrow evening. So we want to keep an eye on that. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we get closer on any updates or new information with the chances for severe weather tomorrow. All right, mid-60s to start, mid-70s by 11. Again, isolated to scattered scattered storms out there. Again, our highs today about 80 degrees, and then we'll go low to mid 80s tomorrow. So that's again helping to set that stage. A few lingering shower storms early Thursday morning, then we're done. We'll be partly cloudy, upper 70s. Our weekend looks really good. Upper 70s, some low 80s. We do start warming up a bit next week, but we'll also start next week with some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, engineers are testing a cockpit alert system that they say could prevent close calls on the runway.
And they believe their surface alert system is a first of its kind. Fox Multimedia reporter Asher Red in Kansas City was in the cockpit during a recent test flight.
Honeywell Aerospace engineers on their experimental Boeing 757 test flight from Kansas City, Missouri to Topeka, Kansas and back. That aircraft is equipped with a surface alert system also known as SURF-A, and it can detect runway traffic during takeoffs and landings.
Traffic on runway. Traffic on runway.
It's a very good, I would say, direct call out.
Honeywell Aerospace Technology developed an alert system using GPS technology that gives pilots 2 warnings when a rogue plane is in the way of their takeoff and landing. The first alert sounds 30 seconds before a collision.
Traffic on runway.
The second one at 15 seconds.
It sounds like such a small amount of time, but things happen so rapidly. In 15 to 30 seconds is actually a very, very large margin when you're moving at the speeds that we're moving in an aircraft like this.
Engineers have been working on the system since 2020. Last year, the FAA reported over 1,500 runway incursions, which is when a plane enters a runway without authorization. 7 of them almost caused a collision.
Shockingly, I think to a lot of passengers, there's not an alert system available today to let you know that you're about ready to run into another aircraft on the runway.
This system can only detect runway incursions, but it can't get rid of them completely. The FAA says the best way to eliminate them is to improve airport infrastructure by adding things like edge lights, signage, and pavement markers. Over the last 4 years, the FAA has given nearly $12 billion to airports across the country to improve their infrastructure. But Honeywell says pilots are ultimately the last line of defense.
The pilots have a shared destiny on the aircraft. Pilot can be doing everything correct, but on a path to disaster.
This alert system is still just a prototype, but they hope to have this certified by next month. And Honeywell is already pitching this idea to commercial airlines in hopes of having it in their cockpits by early next year. In Kansas City, Missouri, Asher Red, Fox News.
That's certainly interesting. It's kind of crazy to believe that there isn't something for ground level traffic detection, and so it's great to see they're making some innovations. Absolutely. We've still got some scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder out there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and if you take a look into parts of southeast Kansas, you can see we've got some new showers attempting to develop out there, and this is again a sample of what we're expecting through the day. As we'll have isolated to widely scattered showers and a few rumbles of thunder out there. Nothing severe with any of this activity as we head through the day, and not everybody today will see rain. Once we get past 8 o'clock, again, we will dry out, but what we also want to touch on is tomorrow between 7 and 11, we have a window for strong to severe thunderstorms, initially pushing into southeastern Kansas. By 9, you can see Yates Center again, Fredonia, Chanute, back toward Girard and just west of Fort Scott. As those storms cross east of 69, they're still strong to low-grade severe, but not necessarily as intense as they're expected across southeast Kansas. And then after that, we're left just a few isolated showers, through maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder early Thursday. And a reminder on our threats, we do have that isolated tornado risk across parts of southeast Kansas and the chance for some large to potentially very large hail and damaging wind gusts 60 miles an hour or greater, with an isolated risk surrounding most of the region outside of that zone. We'll have another look at your forecast and your Wake Up recap right after this.
Salute Robert Etherton, a four-state hero.
Well, this is your Wake Up recap for September 2nd. The top stories to start your day. Rescuers race against time in Afghanistan, where a powerful 6.0 earthquake kills 800 people and buries entire families under collapsed homes. The desperate search for survivors continues. And crews respond to a house fire in North Carl Junction yesterday morning. The initial investigation suggests the fire originated just outside the garage in a trash can. Everyone made it out of the house safely and without injury. And fake emergency calls create chaos on college campuses across the country. Swatting calls target college campuses nationwide, including West Virginia University this week. Missouri State is fighting back with new technology to keep students safe. And let's check up today's Wake Up Recap.
And we've got scattered showers, few rumbles of thunder out there this morning. Isolated to widely scattered shower storms possible through the afternoon. Again, not everyone will see rain. Highs today about 80 degrees. Any rain chances we have wrap up by about 8 o'clock or so. We'll be back down to 60 overnight. Partly cloudy skies. Reminder, we do have the threat for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head between about 7 and 11 tomorrow evening. So something we'll keep an eye on. Ahead of it, though, not a bad day. Low mid 80s out there. A few lingering storms early Thursday. Our weekend looking good with some additional rain chances as we head into the start of next week.
All right. Well, Sao Paulo, Brazil residents lean into the American football spirit just out of the NFL season opener between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs on Friday.
I was going to start talking.
Go ahead.
No. It's not. Well, take a look, though. It's a giant blow-up NFL football that took over the main avenue in the city amongst buildings covered in murals depicting different NFL players as the city prepares to host the Chiefs versus the Chargers. And I'll let you take my part.
Yes, the murals were painted by world-renowned artist Eduardo Cobra, Leonardo Dascamento. Oh, this is why you had me say all the hard names. That's why he did it. Anyway, it looks great. It looks great.
It certainly does. Very, very unique and very neat because, football down there is completely different from football up here. Well, thank you all so much for joining us this morning. We'll have more complicated words and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.